UEFA have announced that Lisbon will hold the closing stages of the Champions League this year, and it's going to be quite the tournament because it's going to be a one-and-done knockout-style tournament from the quarterfinals onwards. We'll get to the games that are yet to be decided in a minute, but what are your initial thoughts on this, Shaka?
Listen, I thought UEFA have done wonderfully well in crafting an end to the Champions League season. So we'll see a champion crowned on the field. My biggest concern was, given all the uncertainty that the pandemic caused, and listen, I understand, health comes first, but in terms of football competitions, you want to see champions anointed on the field. And I think UEFA have done as best as they possibly can and have put forward a tournament or closing stages to this tournament that I think football deserves and football can applaud.
It's going to be a similar story in the Europa League as well. But going back to the Champions League, already through, we've got PSG, Atleti, Leipzig and Atalanta. There's yet to be an announcement on how the last 16 ties that are still to be played, the second legs, will be decided. We'll wait to hear that. But just a reminder, it's Juve trailing to Lyon 1-0. City have a 2-1 advantage over Real Madrid. Bayern are 3-0 up over Chelsea. And Barca are tied at 1-1 with Napoli. So I'll quickly list these off and you tell me who you think can go through. Juve or Lyon?
Juve.
City or Real Madrid?
City.
Bayern or Chelsea?
Bayern.
And Barca or Napoli?
Barca.
All right, so in this style format, with it being knockouts right through to the final now, who do you think is best poised to win it?
All right, as I looked at this key, there are a couple of things. Obviously, we're not quite sure what the draw is and who fares better in terms of that one-on-one matchup over just 90 minutes plus extra time if need be. The big issue for me in looking at this tournament, if we were playing this today or next week, I'd say Bayern Munich all day, every day. I just feel that they are looking that strong, they are playing that well. The issue for me, as I say, looking at a tournament that starts mid-August, is that the Bundesliga, the final games are only 27th of this month. And then all of a sudden you've got 5-6 weeks before the next Champions League games. And as much as you try to keep yourselves fit and play friendlies, I just don't feel it lends to football at the highest level where there's so little margin for error. So I went through the leagues as you run. The Premier League finishing on the 27th of July, La Liga the 18th. We've got Serie A going all the way to August 1st. I'm just not sure that Juventus have what it takes. I'm looking at the leagues that finish later on as the team's coming into with better form. Right now, just kind of given where the Premier League finishes, and assuming that City can get the better of Real Madrid, I'm leading City in that title that they've coveted for so many years, but somehow fall short. And now with them, with the possibility of suspension to next year's competition, wouldn't that be some kind of weird twist to this already odd Champions League of 2020? So that's where I'm leaning. But again, there's so much uncertainty around it all, as it should be at this stage of this competition, regardless.
Of course, that would be quite the story. They might win it and then not get the chance to defend it. So August 7th, play picks back up in the Champions League, and the final will be played in Lisbon on the 23rd of the same month, August.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.